I think we've been here before.
Oh yeah, I've had you here.
I remember this.
Yeah, and the smallmouths relate to these. They love these humps. So I know they're here because they're always here. This is like a lake I look at this as a separate lake. It's its own little lake in here. The fish never have a reason to leave because they got everything they need. Deep water, out in the blooms. And they can spawn back here. They never have to leave this cove. And some of them probably never do.
Hey everybody, Den Haring here. Welcome back to my channel, Fish Den 365. Sorry, it's been a little while since I put out a video. Been very busy at work. I celebrated my dad's 97th birthday on July 3rd. We took him trout fishing at Paradise Trout Pond. He had a decent time. We caught some trout, and it was a good birthday for my dad. You know, my dad, he's the one who introduced me to fishing. For that, I'll be forever grateful. Love my dad. He's always had time to take me fishing. We spent a lot of hours on the water together, and it's really where I began to learn everything that I've learned along the years in my fishing career. So that takes us to today. Yesterday we were on the water. We're on vacation, a family vacation right now, and my wife and I got out on Lake Wallenpaupack early morning yesterday, and we'll take you to the lake and show you how we did.
There you go. You got him. Probably a smallmouth. Oh, nice smallie.
Stay down there.
Strong. Bring him in. Good catch, Mama. I knew that lure would get him. Hey, well, almost hit this one.
Okay, you little squirmer.
Lisa got one on the Senko. Put back on for you in a minute. Got another one. All right. Hooked up again. They're getting a little smaller though. That's all right. Bring them over to here.
Well, I was trying to go in the same area in
Yep.
case they're schooled.
Apparently they are. Oh.
Oh.
Lisa's keeping me too busy. I can't fish myself here.
My wife Lisa wasn't satisfied with the size of that last smallmouth, so she tried to catch me. Take a look.
Fix me up. Oh!
Are you trying to hook a herring? The hell? Boy, when you say fix me up, you better fix you up or man. Whew. There. You're fixed up. Now don't swing it in my face, please. Don't do anything. Yeah.
I was thinking I heard that name.
Jumper.
Is it a smallie, you think?
Yeah, it's a smallie. It's a strong smallie. Trying to get to the trolling motor. Little dog. He's not that big with me. He's fighting like it.
Well, he's a nice size one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Stole my bait. Fishing.
The morning was not without its challenges. You can see the shocked look on my face here when I realized that I did not pack my soft plastics bag with me. I left it at Possum Lodge, and it had a bunch of baits, including my Kitech Swing Impact Fats and my TRD Ned Rig baits. And I was rather disappointed when I realized I left it there. I did have a box of Senkos and a box of flukes with me, so I just made the best of what I had. And I did have one Ned rig rigged up, and I did catch some fish on that until I lost it later in the morning.
See, there's somebody fishing off a pontoon.
Yeah, well, did I catch a clam?
What?
There you go. I caught a clam. Can't do that every day.
How does does that happen?
I don't know. I just want him to let go of my lure. There you go. At least he's got hooked up. Everyone's getting smaller on you.
No. Even smaller. Hey, I'm catching something. I don't care.
Lisa's going in the wrong direction here, folks. She's getting smaller and smaller fish.
The baits we used yesterday morning were simple baits. The one my wife was throwing was a 3-inch Senko baby bass colored, and she was wacky rigging it, which just means you're putting a hook right through the middle of the bait and it sinks like this, and each side or each arm undulates a little bit as it goes into the water. We chose the smaller size Senko, a little 3-inch size, because of all of the tiny bait fish that were in the water. A lot of the young of the year bait fish swimming around, and we felt that a lot of the smallmouths especially were feeding on those. For a little while I was throwing a swim jig. This is a Matt Allen's 1/2 ounce jig head, and also paired it up with a Kitech Swing Impact Fat. but the first fish that I caught on it, a smallmouth, stole the bait off the jig head, and I left the plastics at Possum Lodge, unfortunately, and did not have any more. Otherwise, I think I might have caught some bigger fish because I would have been throwing this bigger profile bait. And then lastly, I caught a number of fish on this simple rig called a Ned rig. This is a Z-Man TRD. Stands for the real deal, but everyone just calls it a turd, TRD, because it kind of looks like one. And I was also using one of their jig heads. I believe this is a 1/6 ounce jig head, and then the color of this TRD, I believe, is called Drew's Craw. It's an interesting color. It's got some brown and copper and reddish flake on top, and then bluish gray underneath. Sometimes crawfish, when they're molting, will turn that bluish color. It seems to be a color that works well at the lake here, and I've had success with it before. You know, the fishing wasn't without challenges. I was out Monday afternoon and evening for a little bit, and unfortunately I forgot my net at home. I actually have two nets, one for each boat, but one got destroyed, and that's a story for another day. So I meant to bring my other net, and I didn't bring it, and it cost me some. I had a nice largemouth on the Ned rig, actually, about a 4-pounder. I didn't feel that I can boat flip him because I had light line on. And because I didn't have that net, I was trying to lip him, and he got off. And I had several large toothy critters, chain pickerel and northern pike, that broke me off boat side while I was fishing a drop shot. And that was frustrating because I was losing my drop shot rigs. I lost 3 of them to toothy critters. I did catch one of those pickerel, but the others just broke my line because I couldn't net them. I did have a little grabber that grabs their lower lip, and you can unhook them that way without having to get all slimed up from them. But I couldn't grab a hold of them until, after they broke my line. All it takes is the line to get in front of their teeth, and they got razor sharp teeth. And the next thing you know, they're breaking your line. So it was a rather frustrating day. I did catch a couple of smallmouths. Lost that largemouth, and then I had the northern pike and pickerel. One of the things about the pike and pickerel that I noticed, it was a kind of a pattern if you're interested in fishing for them. I was fishing at depths of 20 to 25 feet in front of docks, and these fish were suspended in the underneath docks looking out. I think they were just looking to ambush prey, and I think 2 or 3 of them I caught where a ladder came down off the dock. I would just pitch the drop shot over to the ladder and just let it sink down, and they would grab it as it was sinking. And I was throwing a very light drop shot weight, probably 1/16 of an ounce. It was. I want that bait to fall slowly when I'm doing that. And I was throwing a Kitech Easy Shiner, just a 3-inch Easy Shiner in bluegill color with the drop shot. Typically I catch smallmouths with them, but I couldn't keep the toothy critters off of them that particular day. Well, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Hopefully it'll help you catch some fish the next time you're at Lake Wallenpaupack. The next time we'll be out is tomorrow. We're probably going to be hitting the Delaware River. We'll explain more about that in that video. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. When you do, hit that bell. That'll give you a notification for when the next video is coming out. Unfortunately, because of my schedule, I can't predict when my video will be out ahead of time, but I'm trying to do at least a video or 2 a week, and I will continue on that pace going forward. Remember, we're certified Bassified, and as always, may God bless your fishing endeavors.